I know you have an ongoing series, so let's promote it. 6 steps to putting the Browns back on the road to the playoffs in 2025. And we've got 2 of the 6. So sign a starting safety, draft or sign a running back. Take us through kind of the thought process there.
Well, I've done this the last few years. This is a little different because they're coming off 3-14, and I didn't say to get back to the playoffs necessarily. I said to get back on the road to the playoffs. Um, I feel like I started with safety because they two of their top three are gone. One retired, Rodney McLeod, and Juan Thornhill was released. You have Grant Delpit. He's a solid player, but he really isn't a difference maker. In free agency, Andrew Berry has focused on safety. I can't say that he hit home runs on John Johnson or Juan Thornhill, paid big money. Um, but I think they need somebody to be a playmaker. They brought in Thornhill. He was supposed to be a ball hawking playmaker. He had no interceptions in his 2 years. He had trouble staying on the field. He missed 6 games both years with a calf injury. But they need somebody, like a Kyle Hamilton or somebody that can make plays, difference game changing plays at safety. The team only had 4 interceptions last year. And so I think the best way, the quickest way is to get a safety in free agency. You might have to pay him a little more, and that's what but he's done that in the past. You can draft one as well, but if you don't add a top of the line safety, by default, Ronnie Hickman's going to be your starter opposite Grant Delpit. Hickman played well, but I don't think he's ready to be anointed as the playmaking safety at the end. And then today we had number 5. It was on running backs. I mean, Nick Chubb only needs 400 yards to be number 2 all time in Browns history behind Jim Brown and past Leroy Kelly. I can't hardly believe they're just going to let him go. I have to think, as close as he is to the Browns, that they have talked to him saying, go out and test the market, see what offers you get, and let us match it or have a chance. Maybe they don't. I mean, it's being depicted in the media that they just said goodbye, good luck. I don't think that's it at all. But on the other side, you cannot go into this offseason assuming that he's going to be back to the old Nick Chubb. And Jerome Ford's nice. He might be a decent second back or even a third back. But I think you have to infuse new life. And where I do that is in the NFL draft. You got 11 picks. This is one of the deepest classes in running backs. I like Travion Henderson. I like Quinshon Judkins. I like Sampson. I like Allen. There are draft picks all over the place that you could get one in the third, fourth, fifth round that I think could come in, and if not be your number 1, could be at least your number 2. And if you have one of those guys to go with Jerome Ford and Nick Chubb, I think you have a strong running back room. And if Chubb comes back to if anybody can come back, it'd be him. You got a dynamic room for this year and the future with the new guy coming in.